Hello, this is Dr. Ardashir Mehran, and today we are talking about the last of the emotional rights, which is about the life of I Soar. Another way to say it, I Soar, is about your life's calling, your hero's journey. We all have it. Regardless of the role we have, where we live in this world, in the work we do, corporation, factory, farms, anywhere in the world, in a large town or in a village, we all have a story, a hero's journey, and a calling. And not to hear it, to honor it and fulfill it, literally can make us sick. That's where one of the reasons depression and anxiety surges and lingers for people who pass age 30, usually I Soar, comes to life and becomes very pronounced around 30 and going beyond, all the way to the retirement and older age. In fact, I'm right now working with the grandmother at the age 70 who is just vibrant, says that I want to go further in my life. Can you help me to get there? This is from the chapter from my book, You're Not Depressed, You're Unfinished, and very special chapter. And this was the hardest chapter for me to write, because once I learned this chapter, the secret and the energy of the I Soar, my depression, my struggles over my long life came to focus that I've been searching for an answer to channel my calling, my focus, and what I do with my lifetime here. Maya Angelou has a wonderful saying. Maya Angelou is an American poet, philosopher, theologian, and a social anthropologist. And the saying is that there's no greater agony than burying an untold story inside you. An untold story inside you. And the way that I learned about I Soar, it happened very early in my career, as I was either coaching or as a client with senior people in professionals. When I would travel with them, especially in the evening, we would travel after work, we meet over dinner and drinks, and you got to know them personally. I noticed these are people at that point, I was late 20s, early 30s, and I noticed there's a quality of reminiscence, that they were talking and it was almost as if they were seeing something, a version of them that was not fulfilled yet. They were searching for that. And they were using terms like someday, when I retire, when I become a CEO, when I get my next house, when I get my Ferrari, and so on and so on. And they were waiting for someday for many years. And they feel tormented, they feel lost, and they didn't know what that someday is, but except they were feeling the pull of something. Later on, when I got married and I had my first child, actually I had the only child, the son, and I started to read a wonderful book that people in the United States and Northern America, they know it by Dr. Seuss, which is the book is about a children's story. All the places you'll go, I highly recommend it. It's the best psychology book that you will ever find. And it's the story of a young child and adult given a narrative that when you go to the world, you be open to things you will see, the farms and the fields, the places you're happy, places you'll be miserable, places that they invite you, places that scare you. And in the middle, there's a place, it's called the waiting place. The first time I read this to my son, and he was 3, maybe 4 years old, I had an epiphany, and I want to read this poem. So this is the young child that is going through the world, and then he will get to the waiting place. It's the place that people are just waiting for a train to go, or a bus to come, or a plane to go, or a mail to come, or the rain to go, or the phone to ring, or the snow to snow, or waiting around for a yes or no, or waiting for their hair to grow. Everybody is just waiting. Waiting for the fish to bite, or waiting for wind to fly a kite, or waiting perhaps for their Uncle Jake, or a pot to boil, or a better break, or a string of pearl, or a pair of pants, or wig with curls, or another chance. Everybody just waiting. This, my friends, is depression. That people who are depressed, and they are anxious. They have a quality of waiting for someday, for something, and they see their life, their days and years passes by, and they don't know why, and they're just waiting. When I saw that, that reminded me of myself, and that I've been waiting to find a break in my hero's journey. And that I started to look deeper, and I found that the work that I'm doing right now, and I've been bringing to you as my book and the voice about depression and anxiety can be healed, not just minimized, but literally healed. This was my work, and I didn't know that, and I wasn't honoring my call. So you can ask, so Ardashir, where do I start my calling? There are two ways to do that, and you don't have to go far. You're already swimming in the calling, or you are soaring energy. One is that you pay attention to what's calling, what is your energy, where your attention goes. And it could be something that you are energized, things that draw your attention, your focus, excites you, or really annoys you, get angry, says, why things are like this? Or there are things that you just feel you cannot stop thinking about, you get obsessed about it. There's an inner wisdom, there's inner obsession that you know that you need to listen to that. As you start to focus on that, things will become clear. You go there and you start to walk toward that. The next one is that I Soar is a very spiritual, very powerful way of fulfilling your calling. And it's not about what you do. It's about the impact you have for people around you. We fulfill our I Soar and step toward that when we make things better. Could be anything, healthcare, furniture, or neighborhood, or a garden, or people's struggles, that we make a difference with our lives, with our trade, with our skills, with our passion for the people around us. Can be for your family, can be for your child, for your neighbor, but we are making a difference. As we do that, our I Soar becomes clearer and clearer and clearer, and we are walking and stepping toward that. So follow your energy, your attention, and the impact you have for others. Through that, we step and we become our I Soar agent in this world. More is in my book again, and there are examples and stories of individuals, fascinating individuals, and how they went through their I Soar journey. And write me back. Let me know what you think, and I will be bringing more of my story and work in social media to you. Hope this was helpful. Hope you enjoyed it. Love you, and I will see you again. Thank you. Bye.